Hello everyone. Welcome. Today, we are tackling a common and frustrating error in Node.js, TypeError, failed to fetch. This error usually pops up when your Node.js application is trying to make an HTTP request to an external API or server. We will explore the common causes behind this error and walk through practical solutions to get your code working smoothly. Let's get started. The TypeError, failed to fetch error can stem from a few key issues. First, CRS, cross-origin resource sharing, problems are a frequent culprit. This happens when your Node.js server running on one domain tries to access resources from a different domain. Web browsers enforce CRS to prevent malicious scripts from making unauthorized requests. If the server you are trying to access doesn't explicitly allow requests from your domain, you'll encounter this error. To fix this, you need to configure the server you're requesting data from to include the appropriate CRS headers in its response. This usually involves adding headers like access control allow origin to specify which origins are allowed. If you control the server, you can modify its configuration. If not, you may need to use a proxy or contact the server administrator. Second, network connectivity issues can also trigger this error. Make sure your Node.js server has a stable internet connection. Check your firewall settings to ensure that your application can make outbound requests. Also, verify that the URL you are trying to fetch is correct and accessible. A simple typo in the URL can lead to a failed fetch. Try accessing the URL in your web browser to confirm that it's working and that the server is responding. Third, SSL/TLS certificate problems can cause this error, especially when making requests to HTTPS endpoints. Node.js might have trouble verifying the SSL certificate of the server you are trying to reach. You can try disabling SSL verification in your Node.js code, but this is generally not recommended for production environments because it can create security vulnerabilities. A better approach is to ensure that your system has the necessary CA certificates installed. Alternatively, you can use a library like NodeFetch with options to handle SSL certificates explicitly. Fourth, incorrect request configuration can also lead to this error. Double-check the headers, method, get, post, etc., and body of your request. Ensure that you are sending the correct data format, such as JSON, and that the server expects the data you are sending. For example, if the server expects a JSON body, make sure you are setting the content type header to application/JSON and that you are properly stringifying the data using json.stringify. Finally, server-side issues are also a possibility. The server you're trying to access might be down, experiencing high traffic, or returning an error. Check the server's status or logs to see if there are any problems on their end. If the server is returning an error code like 500 or 503, you'll need to address the issue on the server side or contact the server administrator. By systematically checking these potential causes, you can effectively troubleshoot and resolve the TypeError, failed to fetch error in your Node.js applications. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing for more Node.js tutorials. Your support helps us create more content.